Hi everyone, so first off I want to thank all of you for over 300 subscribers, and I understand that it's a little late to say, and I'm terribly sorry about that. It's just that I haven't had a video in which I felt like it was appropriate to say thank you, so I decided to do it now because it's, better now more than never, and I really also wanted to thank you guys for it, so yeah. And second, I noticed that the previous commentary video that I made about Birchface's loss, I noticed that one seemed to be one that you guys really favored. I think it has about 1.7 thousand views or something like that. I'm not too sure of the statistics right now, but I'm going to make the assumption that you guys really seem to enjoy it. And because of that, I'm now actually going to turn these commentary videos into a series. So this would be my fourth commentary, so I guess the fourth episode or video, however you want to call it. And since this is going to be a series, I'm going to need your guys' help a little bit. So in order to keep this going, I have a couple of other ideas in terms of things to talk about, but the list isn't going to keep up forever. So I wanted to ask you guys for suggestions as to what I should talk about. Now, you guys are not required by all means to say anything, but if any of you guys have any suggestions or just anything you want me to talk about, go ahead and leave your ideas down below. I'd be willing to take any and all suggestions, just as long as they're about the Warrior series, just because that's what I'm most familiar with. So, yeah, I'll get started now with this video. So for those who may not know who Sweetbriar is, which is completely reasonable as she happens to be a background character, she is the only confirmed mate of Onestar, the mother of Pinestar, the sister of Fallowsong, whose granddaughter happens to be named after her, who we all know as Sweetpaw. Besides that, she only has 2 mentions and 1 appearance within the entire series. So clearly she's not a very significant character. And I know that a lot of you guys will probably be questioning me, well, if that's the case, then why are we even making this video? It's not like she has a lot going for her anyway. And that's where I want to stop you guys. Sweetbriar does actually have one thing going for her that very few people, if anyone, has realized within this fanbase. And it all goes back to a little fun fact in science. Cats do not actually have the receptors in their brains to taste sweetness. They do have receptors to taste other kinds of flavors, like saltiness, for example, but they cannot taste sweet. Now, explain to me this. If they cannot taste sweet, then how are they supposed to know what sweet is? And if they don't know what sweet is, how can Sweetbriar have the prefix sweet in her name? Clearly, the clan cats wouldn't have given her this name as they wouldn't know what sweet is. And if this is the case, then she would have had to need to get her prefix from an outside source. In this case, it would have been most likely if it were to come from a human. Now, since kitty pets tend to be the cats that spend the most time with humans, it would be most likely that at some point Sweetbriar was a kitty pet. Now, I'm also going to make the assumption that she was a kitty pet before she actually was in the clans, as it would make the most sense with her name. Now, I understand that the fact that she is sisters with Fallowsong could be something that would mess up this theory, but hear me out. There was a point where there were also 2 cats who ended up joining another clan, in which one of their names was changed and another one wasn't. And that would be the time when Russetfur and Boulder ended up joining Shadow Clan. It's very possible that a very similar situation were to happen with Fallowsong and Sweetbriar. Now, in terms of them wanting to join ThunderClan and that sort of thing, I don't exactly know why or how that would have happened. I'm just assuming that it probably did, and that this would make the most sense. Now, for my second point on this, I would like to point out that, again, Sweetbriar has made very, very few mentions and even fewer appearances within the entire series, and it's possible that the fact that she could have been a kitty pet may have actually played a role in this. Now, for my final point, I will also like to mention out that, again, Sweetpaw is the only other cat who has the prefix sweet. And we all know that Sweetpaw was named after Sweetbriar. So it is very likely that the name ended up coming up from an outside source, and after Sweetpaw died, the prefix was never used again, because, well, it's just not something common within the clans, and I'm assuming that Sweetbriar and Sweetpaw were most likely forgotten. Well, besides that, I think that's just about everything I have for you guys for today. For anyone who's watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, if anyone has any suggestions for any more commentary videos in the future, please feel free to leave them down below. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.